Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my second trimester pregnancy recap, which is wild to me. I feel like the second trimester kind of flew by in a sense. Like I don't know, it seems weird that I'm entering the third trimester, but I kind of just wanted to go through some of the symptoms and things that I've been using in the second trimester that have really helped me, or maybe some things that you can expect in the second trimester. So we're just gonna go through all of that, and I hope you guys find it helpful. The first thing I can say, since it's already happening, is just I'm constantly out of breath. Like now my belly has actually gotten, like my uterus is up to like right here, so everything is just getting so compressed. My lungs, like I get out of breath doing everything, even eating oatmeal. Like it's wild to me because I feel like I've always had so much energy, and you do have a lot of energy in the second trimester, but these last like couple weeks I feel like have been a struggle, so I can only imagine what the third trimester is going to be like. And I do want to say that I already did kind of like an update up until the 20-week mark, so this is mostly covering weeks 20 through 27. There's been a few times that I've actually got extremely dizzy and started to like black out, and I've had to lay down, and I just lay on my side. Like you can't lay on your back in the second trimester just because he's actually getting so heavy. He's 2 pounds now, that if he's laying, he'll like compress certain blood flow to you, and your legs can kind of start to go numb, and you just feel really uncomfortable. So that's happened, and I've had to get in the habit of sleeping on my side. So we can also talk about sleep. Yeah, these last few weeks really rough for sleep, specifically this last week, because you have to pee all the time. It keeps getting worse because again, he's smushing everything, so your bladder is like this big, and you pee and then you feel like you have to pee literally 5 minutes later. So you're constantly waking up to pee. Your stomach is now so big, it's just really hard to find a comfortable position. I did try a pregnancy pillow, but I just did not love it at all. So it's kind of just sat on the ground next to our bed, and Cyrus has been loving it, but he just uses it and I do not. It makes me feel so confined and like claustrophobic. Like I can't move around and I don't like it. So I actually just sleep with a pillow between my legs. And I feel like that helps a lot, just like relieving some of the pressure on your back, and your hips are gonna start getting sore because your belly's so big. So that's something else affecting like the sleep. I wake up not necessarily feeling rested. Like I'll be in bed technically for 10 hours and I feel like I slept like 3 hours because it's interrupted sleep. But like I said, that's really just been the last week or so of this trimester. So I would say second trimester sleep's usually, it's fine. So those are definitely some things that happen in the second trimester. Some positive things about the second trimester have been way less headaches. So again, this is weeks 20 through 27. I feel like in the first half of the second trimester, I was getting a lot of headaches, but lately I haven't gotten really any, knock on wood. So just staying super hydrated and to make sure you're fueling your body, not overdoing it, resting. Hopefully that is what's helping me. I don't know, it could also just be hormones and things changing, because the headaches were terrible and you can't have Advil, and I feel like Tylenol doesn't do much. So if you go back to my first trimester recap, and also I talk in my pregnancy essentials, I was making this elixir with a lot of magnesium and it was helping. So I do recommend magnesium if you are getting a lot of headaches still in the second trimester, but thankfully I am not. Another fun thing is he is kicking like crazy. I don't know if he's just like a hyperactive baby, and I don't know if this is a foreshadowing of what he's gonna be like. But if it is, like, I definitely have my hands full, and Michael and I have our hands full, because Isaiah just kicks nonstop. Like sometimes it feels like he's literally doing like the punching bag like this, and it's like do 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 do. Like I can see my stomach just rippling. Michael's like, oh, is he kicking? And I'm like, when is he not kicking? Like if you just put your hand on my stomach, you're gonna feel him kick. Some of the less fun things that I have felt lately in the second trimester have been heartburn. So I don't know if I talked about this, but with sleep, it's been really hard because it feels like no matter, even if I stop eating at like 6 o'clock at night and wait a couple hours to lay down, I'm still, like, I still just have such bad heartburn and indigestion, and it's like your food's just kind of like sitting there and it takes it forever to digest, it feels like. So it's, I don't know, but I feel like I get it during the day too. So I don't know, I'm trying to experiment with ways to kind of fix it. I've heard, like, I just don't think Tums do that much. So, and I've also heard if your baby has a lot of hair, then you get worse heartburn. I don't know if this is a wise tale or if it's accurate, but if it is, I mean, Michael and I both have very thick hair and a lot of it. So I just think that we're in for it, or I'm in for it with the heartburn, if that is an indicator. Super itchy. I don't know if I already talked about that before, but your skin is just expanding so much that your skin is crazy itchy all the time. Michael, like, I constantly have him like scratching my back, even though like you would think, oh, just your belly's itch, but like I feel like I'm just itchy all over. So moisturizing is key. Also, I know they say stretch marks are genetic, but I just would rather be prepared. So I've been using tons of lotion, and I will talk about that later in like some of my pregnancy essentials for the second trimester, which there really aren't that many. Another fun symptom in the second trimester is leg cramps. It was literally clockwork. My app was saying when I would get a leg cramp, and I had one the night before. It basically is just like if you've ever had a Charlie horse, not fun, but those will wake you up in the night too. So another reason that it's hard to sleep. Normally a Charlie horse would just be from being dehydrated. So I don't know if that's still it, but it's a pregnancy thing, so I don't even know if drinking more and more water would really relieve that. Another thing that happens in the second trimester is like your gums are super sore. I don't know what it is, but like they're very sensitive. So if I like floss my teeth, normally it's fine, but like I'll start to bleed, and I don't know why. I would have to read about it, but it's common, so I'm not worried about it. It's just a weird thing that happens. So they're very sore, like even just like brushing your teeth, sometimes I just feel really sore and uncomfortable. And then if I had to summarize the second trimester in 1 or 2 words, it would basically be an emotional mess. At least that's how it was for me. Lately it's been a lot better, but I did talk like in a couple videos about just my mental health suffering and a lot of things, but lately I felt a lot more upbeat and positive, which is great. So I'm hoping it was just this hormonal thing, but regardless, I am going to find a therapist because I want to be prepared in case I have postpartum depression, and I just think it will be good even like for Michael and I to go together and kind of just like navigate this new parenthood thing. Something that I'm personally struggling with in the second trimester is having a hard time eating enough. I have to be very conscious about making sure I'm getting enough food and breaking up my meals. I need to eat small meals and snacks throughout the day instead of having 3 large meals, because otherwise that's when I get really bad heartburn. I just feel like, whoa, and everything's so heavy, and it honestly makes me feel sick, like I can't finish the meal. So I've been trying to front load all of my calories. I think it can be like tricky. You kind of have to be a little strategic about getting your food in, just because everything is so smushed. I don't know if that will change in the third trimester, if my appetite will spike back up, but right now it's just kind of off, and I think it's because I know how I feel after I eat like a big meal and it's not appealing at all. So food is less appealing, especially dinner. That kind of covers it for the second trimester symptoms, but now I kind of wanted to talk about a few products that I've been really liking in the third trimester. There aren't very many, so I think in the first trimester I needed way more things. So all I've needed so far is Cocoa Kind Skin Butter. So before I had this, I was using the shea butter, and it's just 100% shea butter, which is great, but also it is really just like, you kind of have to like get it to melt between your hands and like warm it up, because it's so thick and it's hard. It just doesn't like melt well, so it's hard to like get it all over your body. You really have to like work. It's like a workout. I think it's great and like super moisturizing, but I like this better, which I got as a gift, and it I think is like a mixture of shea butter and coconut oil and some other things. but it is amazing. So I just use like a little bit of this on my stomach and all over kind of like my body. And then when I'm just like throughout the day not using something like this, or if I don't have time to wait it out, because this will just like cover your body in oil and you don't want to ruin all your clothes, so you kind of like give it time, and I'll just put on my robe and let it seep into my body before changing. So when I'm more in a rush, I've just been using my basic CeraVe. Great, so far I don't have any stretch marks. Again, I know they're mostly genetic, but can't hurt, and you're just so itchy that it feels great. The next pregnancy essential for the second trimester is my belly band. This thing is great. It was $20 on Amazon. You basically just wrap it around your belly. It helps a lot when I go on walks. If I go to the gym, I wear it. It kind of just like holds your belly up and takes away some of the pressure on your back, but also off of your bladder. I feel like he's just sitting on my bladder, so I have to pee all the time, and I'm working out and I'm stopping every 10 minutes to go pee. But when I wear this, I just feel like it's adds support to keep him elevated off of my bladder, and so it's been awesome. So I try to keep this, I usually just keep it in my car because I wear it when I go to the gym mostly, and that's it. Or if Michael and I take a long walk, then I'll put it on, but I don't really just wear it throughout the day. If I were gonna have like a recipe shoot day or just be on my feet a lot, then I definitely would wear it, like if you're running errands a ton. But just when I'm at home, I don't. And a pro tip is to sit down when you take it off. It can be a lot of just pressure released at once if you're standing and you just rip it off, because your belly's like whoo and like falls forward. So I definitely recommend sitting down when you take it off so that it's not just like so much at once. And the last pregnancy essential I would say for your second trimester is going to be a random one, and this is a personal preference, but tight workout clothes. So I am loving showing off my bump now. I just think it's so fun, and I've definitely gotten looks at the gym and people like see, but they're also really sweet and kind, and will just like smile at you, and they know that you're pregnant, and it's just like, I don't know, I want to embrace having the bump. So I've been wearing like really tight tank tops, and I feel like tight clothes feel better when you're covered in oil. If you have like a baggy shirt on after you put all this oil on, it just like kind of feels weird like grazing your body. But if you just kind of like suck it all in and get it compressed, then it also will like seep into your skin. So I don't know, I've been loving tighter like tank tops and workout and like shirts. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it helpful and know a little bit more about what to expect in the second trimester. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you never miss another video. And until next time, I will see you next time.